Hi, I'm Mrs. Kirkendall, and I'm the 8th grade science teacher. This is my 6th year here at Speedway Junior High and my 32nd year teaching. A little bit about me. I went to Indiana State University. I have 2 daughters. They are twins and they're 11 years old. They both have autism. I also have 4 dogs and 2 cats, and I volunteer for a pet rescue called Mended Hearts. I have included my school email address here at the bottom if you need to or your child needs to get a hold of me. Then I have the schedule, not really a schedule so much, it's mostly supplies, and being a unique time that we are starting school. We've got some e-learners and some in-person students, but we are going to rely mostly on and utilize Google Classroom for most of our assignments. So that way students can turn their assignments through Google Classroom, both the in-class and the e-learners. There will be a time where we have some assignments in our composition notebook, and that's called BRAINS, the BRAINS. That stands for Big, Really Awesome Interactive Notebook of Science. This is something that I have used for the past 5 years. Unfortunately, this year, with not being able to share things and be in groups, it will be at a minimum. So e-learners, they did receive a composition notebook, but you can just set it aside until you return. Anything that we do in class that will be in the BRAINS, then I will send home under the e-learners section only, and you can send it back to me as a PDF or Google Doc, or take a snapshot of it and send it back to me. But going back to assignments, you will see that on my Google Classroom under classwork, the assignments are organized. For instance, I've got an e-learner section, and then I just have what we did on the first day. We had a big section on germs to start with, and then bacteria and viruses, which is what we're going to be finishing up on. Let me go back to this slide here. The BRAINS I mentioned before, Big, Really Awesome Interactive Notebook of Science. That is great visual learning tool. We collect data there. Everything is kept in the BRAINS, glued in. So everything is in one place. Can't lose it. It's organized. We have page numbers. And so this just shows an example of somebody's BRAINS that they decorated the outside. We have notes here, highlighter, highlight the vocab words. We have lab. Now it's hard to see. It's an electricity lab. And that's hopefully when we can get back into groups. This is a foldable, and this is something that we do to visualize concepts and write underneath. And then this would be an example of one of our assignments that we would have glued in there. Okay, so back to daily expectations. All the materials that are needed, textbook, BRAINS, the agenda, and then any of the writing utensils. So I would like for students to bring, since we can't share this year, colored pencils and also their own highlighters. I gave out a glue stick at the beginning of the year, but it's good to have another one. So for class, be on time is the big thing, and get seated and start your bell work. We've got bell work. Everybody does this in the school, and it just focuses on what we're going to be either doing for the day or review of what we've done before. Then I also will have an objective posted on the board to focus us on what we're going to do for the day. My assignments are posted on a chart in my room, as well as they're on the calendar on Google Classroom. What we're going to learn this year, we're starting with viruses and bacteria. And then we've got what's a review really for science classes every year. That's the scientific method and scientific measurement, and that will be used throughout the year. We also have a water chapter, including atmosphere and water, and then human impact on the environment. And we also have a big chemistry atoms and ends with balancing chemical equations. I save that to the end of the year. It's kind of a toughie. Then a couple of life sciences. We have classification of living things and also heredity, the passing of traits. All of the curriculum is based on the Indiana Standards for Science, and it is based on STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. And so included in that, we will be doing on the computer some research. And again, a lot of these things are going to be computer driven because of the COVID situation. We'll be doing some investigations actually on the computer. There are a lot of great simulations and interactive programs out there. Data and evidence collecting, problem solving, analyzing, using models and tools. And then finally, for homework and grading, first thing I have is guidelines for success. This is really important. Respect, cooperation, work ethic, and participation. If you got all that, you're going to be successful. For homework, again, everything's posted on Google Classroom. There are the dates, and I usually make the assignment due midnight so that kids can go home if they have homework, but I give tons of time in class, and so really we should have an opportunity to get things finished up in class without having homework. Some of the things that we are included in typical classwork would be we'll take notes or read and do the notes on Google Classroom, like the squiggle notes that have pictures or the doodle notes that have pictures. So we can research topics, read articles, there's reviews and quizzes, and also videos. Online activities, as I said, the simulations where it's interactive, the kids can actually drag things around, things that are like lab equipment that actually we wouldn't even be able to have here in class. So it's a great experience with some of those real world applications. As I said, they will get a majority of time to work on things in class, so homework should be limited, but you can always check on Google Classroom. And also students, whether they're in person or e-learners, can email me anytime with questions. I frequently check my email and can get an answer back to you pretty quickly. I wanted to just provide what things that I do grade. So we have assignments, reviews, and quizzes. Sometimes those visuals, like you saw the foldable from the brains, that's probably going to be something we have to save until later, till everybody gets back together. But that's something that will be graded. We'll have some diagrams in its place. Of course, we have tests and those interactive computer programs that we do and some projects. I know that was quick, but thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, then you can email me through Google Classroom, or my email is on that first slide. And hopefully everything will go okay. We've had a great start actually to the school year. Good cooperation. The kids are following all the new policies. So I've been really impressed by them, and I think we're going to have a great year. So you guys take care at home and be safe. Thank you.